What is it?
It's a map of Dragonstone. The Targaryens built their first stronghold there when they invaded Westeros.
That's dragonglass.
A mountain of it. Beneath the ground. Stannis told me, but I didn't think... This is important. Jon needs to know.
Hey guys, welcome back to the DKOT channel. We're going to do something a little bit different today. Instead of doing it as a normal presentation, I'm gonna just try to talk to you guys a little bit here. So please bear with me. This is completely unedited, completely off the cuff, not written, just my thoughts coming out into a microphone and to you guys, my audience. So we recently did a video about what are some of the things that you missed in the season premiere of Season 7 of Game of Thrones. And we did get a comment. I hope I am pronouncing your name correctly here. Marie Skolstad. Thank you very much for commenting. You did bring up some things that we had certainly noticed. You mentioned that your friend had brought these things to your attention. So I actually want to hit on a little bit of what you said, but I also want to go a little bit deeper into the subject just so we can have a better understanding of what all this means. The question really remains, is Sam going to be the one who cures Jorah? And even if not Sam, someone at the Citadel. During the episode, we did see Sam going into the restricted book section. And of course, you know, we pointed out in previous videos things about the cat's paw dagger, the different things that were there. But there was also very highlighted in one of those books, the amount of Dragonstone, the amount of dragon glass that sits on Dragonstone. And we're learning that dragon glass, see, this is why I usually do presentations, but we're seeing that the dragon glass is pretty much the cure for the Greyscale, which we know Jorah Mormont has, and Khaleesi had told him to go off and to find this cure, and we saw his arm, really, in episode 1, where he is at the Citadel and Sam runs into him. And of course, you know, Sam doesn't quite know who this person is. But is Sam going to be the one who discovers the cure for Greyscale? And not just to help Jorah, but also gets it out there so anybody else who suffers from Greyscale can now be cured. And one of the points I really wanted to bring up, something that takes things a little bit deeper, things that I feel, or at least this one particular point that I feel proves beyond the shadow of a doubt that dragonglass is, in fact, the cure for Greyscale. I'm going to take you back to Princess Shireen. Yes, the poor girl. Yes, I know, still alive in the books, but we stick to the show. So, Princess Shireen had the Greyscale, and all the maesters from all around the world came to try to help find a cure for this. Yet, somehow she got cured, but nobody knew why. Well, we as the viewer, we know why. She lived on Dragonstone. Princess Shireen living on Dragonstone. Obviously, she's a little girl. She wasn't locked in a tower the whole time, not until her mother went completely crazy. But being on that island, being around all of that dragon glass. Now, obviously, she wasn't going out next to the ocean, next to the sea, and just grabbing fistfuls of sand and shoving it down her throat. But having it around, being around it all the time, pieces of the dragon glass were getting into her system. And those pieces of dragon glass are what stopped the spread of the Greyscale, what stopped it from becoming what we know it as, turning people into essential rock zombies. And now that Sam has discovered this amazing amount of dragon glass is on Dragonstone, what happens next? I mean, that's really the question. What happens next? What happens next? We have Dany, who is right now sitting on the very cure that she told Jorah to go find. So how do these things come into play? How do these things intermingle themselves? And if I recall correctly, there is actually some leaked photos before Season 7 started that showed Jorah Mormont on Dragonstone. So how does this come into play? I don't think it's really a matter of if or will it. It's a matter of how at this point. And we know Sam, of course, is great friends with Jon Snow, and we know from leaked photos that Jon's going to be going to Dragonstone, and here's Jorah Mormont sitting in the Citadel, and he's got the Greyscale. So it really comes down to how is this all going to play out. I think we, as the viewing audience, have already been given the answer. It's going to happen. But tell me what you guys think. I just wanted to keep this short. I want to kind of keep this in a conversation format. This way you guys can, put down what you're thinking in the comments and not just discuss it with me, but discuss it with other viewers. I'd really like to hear your thoughts on this, but will it be particularly Sam who discovers the cure, since he's the one nosing around in the restricted book section, since he and Gilly have seen these books that contain this information, as we were clued into the audience, even though they had no idea what they were looking at as far as that aspect goes. And how does it play out? How does the information go from Jorah and Sam over to Jon and then to Dany? And how does it all come into play? And how does it all become just this one huge exciting moment where not only has the cure for Greyscale been found, but it's been done in such an amazing way. Kind of, it's a small world after all kind of a way, really. So, guys, please just do me a favor. Tell me what you think in the comments. And if you like this more of a talking format as opposed to the presentation format, let us know that in the comments too. Give us a thumbs up, please. You have no idea how much that helps us in helping us to reach a larger audience. And please, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it. That way you can definitely stay up to date on everything we're posting. Even if you're not a Game of Thrones fan, really, you probably won't be listening to this video. But if you're not a Game of Thrones fan, we also have a lot of other stuff. We have the Skyrim stuff. We have comedian and author Jason Pollock, who's going to be on the ground at Monster Mania Con 37. We have a lot going on. This channel's kind of what I like to call, Geek Central. Your one-stop shop for everything you love. And that's one reason we haven't done just specifically Game of Thrones videos, Skyrim videos, Batman videos. We like to keep everything fresh, everything new, and I like to touch on everything that I love. But guys, please take this opportunity to tell me what you love, what you want to see more of. But guys, I just want to thank you so much for listening, and we shall see you next time.